Happy 2021. I'm Exa and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we will be making yet another leather good because apparently I'm on a leather kick right now. But this one's going to be a little bit easier for those of you who don't like sewing or don't know how. Today we will be making a really cute leather crossbody purse that doesn't involve any sewing whatsoever at all. The only tools you're going to need for this video is some leather, a pair of scissors, little rivet brad things, and a pokey tool to stab some holes. So let's go ahead and get started.
Callie, do you want to tell them what we're going to need? You want to tell them what they need for the video? Okay. First, we're going to need some black leather that we were going to cut out for this project. And then we're going to need some brads to attach them. I got ones with extra long straps just to make sure that it can go all the way through the multiple layers of leather at once and then still be able to kind of secure it. And then I just picked up a random little acrylic chain. It's actually a glasses case, as you can see, but I'm going to use this as a strap for this bag. So to attach those, I got these little D-hook screw-in pins. I used them on my previous crossbody video, but I will be using a set of them again for this one as well. And then I did just cut out a little piece of cardboard the size of my bottom just to give it a little more support since it is a soft leather I'm working with. If you're using like a thicker veg tanned leather that's more sturdy, you probably don't need a cardboard base. And finally, for the closure, I have this little magnetic closure. So we will be attaching that. It has little pins again, so it goes through the leather and then magnets closed. So first, if you want to end up with an 8x8 bag that is 3 inches deep like I'm going to do for this tutorial, here are the sizes of your main piece of fabric that you're going to need to cut. We are going to be making this entire bag out of this one piece of fabric. And once you have the main shape cut out, then you're going to measure in 8 inches from each side on both the top and the bottom edge and make 2-inch deep slits. That's going to allow us to fold over the sides to finish off the shape of the bag. Now our finished piece should look something like this. So this is the flap that folds down to close the bag, and then we have our back part with our split little flaps for the bottom, so then this can fold up just like so-ish. It'll be something like that. Now that all of my material is cut, I'm just going to go ahead and poke my holes where I had marked them. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but I did make little marks where I want them. And you do want them to be kind of close to the edge here because it's going to be where the pieces are overlapping. You want it to go through both. So I am going to go about, I don't know, between 1/4 and 1/2 inch away. You don't want to be too close to the side because then, it might tear. But you also don't want to do it too far away. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and carefully not stab myself and stab a little hole. So now we have our first one done. Alright, so now we can go ahead and grab one of our brads, and I'm actually going to start on the bottom in the middle one. So we're going to fold our sides over. So we're going to go through the bottom hole on the outside one, then through that same matching hole on the next one, and then if we kind of flip it to see the inside, we have another matched one on this the little flap from the bottom edge. We can run it through all 3 and then pull our sides apart and pull it tight. So now we have our first brad in place and we can keep going up the side of the bag. So I also put some holes on the side next to this to kind of further adhere the bottom piece. So we can go through that one just on that outside piece, and then find the matching hole on our inside edge again. And we will be gluing all of these brads down once I've assembled the whole bag and gotten everything straight and lined up on the back, just to make sure that they stay in place. So there is that side. Another brad. We'll do the same thing on this side. So we'll go through. So now this bottom corner looks something like this, and we can go ahead and start doing the rest of the holes up to the top. So I'm just doing the same thing here, pushing my brad through both pieces on the side of the bag and then pressing it down flat on the inside to hold it nice and tight. And you could do a pattern with your brads, or if you have one color then it doesn't matter. I just picked them randomly because I thought it looked kind of cool with the random placement. The options are totally endless. Just take my little cardboard insert and put it in the middle on the bottom. Fit down flat just like that. Give it a little bit of support. So the hooks have this little D-ring part with a screw on the other end. On our bag, I actually just, I forgot about this, so I took off the top stud, and we're going to run the little backing of our screw through it. So now that we have our little screw through there, so we can just take this front piece and screw him on. Just like that. Now we have our hook to hang it from, so we can do the other side. Oh, you're a good little assistant. You're such a good little assistant. Oh. Alright, so now we have this bag pretty much completed on the sides. We can hang our strap. We just need to do the closure. And I think I decided, because of this cool brads, I'm just going to run some brads all the way around the sides of this too, just to make it look cool. So first I want to get started with the clasp. So as you see, they have little pinholes on them, and this is going to be the top part that's going to go on the bag like this. So I'm just going to kind of line up where I want it in the middle and make a couple more slits so that way I can run these holes through. So now that we have our holes, we can just go ahead and stick the ends of this little guy through them. Nice tight. So there's a nice tight little fit. So now we have that half attached. We can go ahead and attach the other half. So figure out kind of how far down we want it, right about here. Kind of press him in. Kind of hard to see on the inside, but we did the same thing, just kind of poked him through. Kind of use our pliers to help us guide and press. So now, with luck, our bag will close. So now I'm just going to add some decorative brads around these edges. So these acrylic chains are really cool because they have this little break in the chain, so you can really easily just kind of slip it on to your D-rings on the side of your purse to use it as a chain. So this one actually that I got was originally for holding glasses, so it's got this little glasses thing on it, but we can just slip that right off and then connect it to our bag on the side right here. So to cover this one missing hole, we can just take one of our brads and then cut its ends off. So now we can take the little button and we can just glue him right in his spot. So now we can take our E6000 and I'm just going to put a tiny dollop right on top of here. And then we can press on our little brad and hold him for a sec. And there you go. So now I'm just going to do the same thing on all of these guys. Just to hold them down, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on each edge and just press them down to hold them into place.
Well guys, thanks for watching another one of my fun DIY projects. This one was super easy and really fast to make, and I think it came out so freaking cute. And it's totally customizable. You can get any color of brads, any color of leather. You can make it bigger or smaller, put a different chain on it. It's totally up to you, and I think it is a fantastic project. So if you try this out at home, please send it to me on Instagram. I would love to see what you do. And don't forget to like and subscribe to see more of my fun DIY project videos and tutorials. And until next time, happy crafting, and I hope your day is as beautiful as you are.